Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? My name's Larry Fields. I'm just coming to you, talking to you today about some things that I found very interesting. Just a little brief story. A long time ago, I was diagnosed with a heart thing, and then I had open heart surgery last year. After that, I've just been seeking any way possible to live a life that's long and healthy. And I wanted to know what's optimally right for humans, because if you look in the animal kingdom, every animal has a diet that's tailored to them. Like if you look at a giraffe, they're eating leaves off a tree. You look at gorillas, they're eating plants. You look at mammals like dolphins, whales, they're eating meat. Everything has a specific thing that it's eating, right? So I'm like, okay, humans are the only ones that seem to be lost in this world and not understand what the heck we're supposed to be eating. So I'm like, all right, let me figure it out and see exactly what it is that we are supposed to be tailored to eat. So within this, I started doing some deep dives and finding a lot of different things about human diet. And I just want to share those things, and this is what it's going to be about. What I want to talk about first is, when did humans stop eating plants and start thriving on meat? And what does that mean for us today? If you look around, you got vegans, vegetarians, people on standard American diet, you got the carnivores out there, and no one knows what we're optimally designed to eat. So to understand our true diet, I think we need to go back to the start, which is millions and millions of years ago, before the rise of civilization, before farming, when our ancestors were just another species trying to survive. 6 million years ago, our ancestors, I'm gonna freaking destroy this word, Australopithecus. I will look it up, have it in here later for you to break down yourselves. But they ate mostly fruit, leaves, roots. It's almost like equivalent to what chimpanzees eat today. Gorillas as well. People are always saying we come from gorillas, so that's what we're supposed to eat, or, apes. And I don't think that's the case, because if apes were supposed to evolve like we evolved, then they would be just as evolved as we were, correct? I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. So, occasionally they scavenged for meat, but plants were their main food source. And for you vegans and vegetarians out there, I am admitting that millions of years ago, we ate plants. Yes, you are absolutely correct. We ate plants, right? But something changed, okay? So something that made us different from all the other primates, and that change was, here we go, meat. Meat is what changed us, all right? Around, 2.5 million years ago, a new species appeared, Homo habilis? I'm really bad at pronouncing these things, but and with them, we've seen the first signs of regular meat consumption. So, stone tools started to appear. It's in the fossil records. They used them for butchering animals. Man, butchering sounds so bad. They used them for hunting animals, taking them down peacefully. Meat provided more calories, which it does, fat and nutrients, which fueled our brain expansions. But they say, the essential ones are proteins, fats, carbohydrates. But the ones that you can survive on, the essential, absolute, needy ones you need, that's nice, are fats and proteins. Carbohydrates are not essential, right? So back to what I was saying was, fats and proteins fueled our brain expansion, okay? Now, a little bit later on, about 1.8 million years later, 1.8 million years ago from today, we became true hunters, right? Thriving on animal foods. Our gut shrank, brain sizes began to skyrocket and expand exponentially. And our bodies adapted to fats and proteins, not fiber. So a lot of people think, fiber is essential for our gut health and, our gut microbiomes and things like that. There's a lot of research out there that's, slowly starting to disprove that. We're looking, all the stuff that humans know about the way we were eating and stuff, it's all really in the literature. They're able to predate us back and see what was actually in our diets. So studies show that Homo erectus relied heavily on meat. In fact, isotope analysis of their brains reveal a diet closer to that of wolves than plant eaters. And, and that alone stands out to me because would a wolf, think about it, would a wolf really befriend a gorilla or a chimpanzee? No, I don't think so. I think hunters roll in packs. Hunters are with hunters. Wolves recognized us as also a primal species and said, hey, let's band together and hunt together and eat together, and it makes everything easier. That kind of makes sense, right? So, if you fast forward, about 5,000 years, or if you rewind the clock 5,000 years, 500,000 years, we reached the Ice Age, right? And the Ice Age, all humans during the Ice Age were pretty much carnivores. There wasn't vegetation around. So it would have been pretty hard for us to get the nutrients we needed from plants. Make sense? So we had to switch to a different source, which is animal products. Neanderthals and early Homo sapiens relied almost entirely on large animals. And I'm going to mess these words up again, but the megafauna, it's a big, giant, larger form of a capybara. We ate mammoths, bison, reindeer, all these different animals that we could, get fat and proteins from to survive. And isotope studies also confirm that we ate like wolves as well as lions. Fat was essential. Bone marrow, you got organs, fatty meats, that fueled our survival. That's how we stayed warm. And then we also took the pelts and things and we made tools from these animals. So, it'd be kind of hard to make tools from plants. And during this time, humans weren't just surviving on meat, they were thriving on meat. I'm going to say it again, they were thriving. But then something changed, and I don't really know if it was for the better. I'm going to be real here, guys. About 10,000 years ago, humans stopped hunting and they started farming. And that's when our health took a turn for the worse, in my opinion. Grains replaced meat, leading to nutrient deficiencies. Brain sizes begin to shrink, and there's data on that. You can see different skull sizes and how our brains were expanding and how they started to shrink a little bit. We had weaker bones, dental cavities, and slightly shorter stature. That became common. And the average height dropped as farming societies suffered from malnutrition, and they weren't able to get the amounts of fats and proteins you need from plants. So obviously you're going to be a little bit malnutrition in that area. So early farmers had food security, yeah, but at what cost? Their health declined. And today, we're seeing the full effect of these shifts in the diet. Honestly, for over 2 million years, humans thrived on meat. But as we moved away from it, our health suffered. And today we're kind of still paying the price on that. We got modern chronic diseases, guys, that we didn't have back then. We got obesity, diabetes, mental disorders, heart disease, all these new diseases that are just popping up out of nowhere that we didn't have that long ago. And they're all linked to processed foods and grains, such as seed oils, things of that nature that we're not really supposed to be eating. And hunter-gatherers who remain carnivorous didn't suffer from these issues. If you look at, the Hadza or the Inuit and things like that, really look into their diets, and they're not having these diseases that we have today. And if our ancestors thrived on meat, what does that mean for us today? Truly, if our ancestors survived on meat, what does that mean for us today? So the question is, should we adopt the way that our ancestors ate, or should we keep up going the way we're going? And I think you know my answer, but what do you think? Should humans survive on meat, or should we go back to a fully plant-based diet that we were eating 2 million years ago, or should we continue the process of eating meat that we started to do and then we changed up, and now all these modern diseases are coming? I would love to hear your advice. I would love to hear your input. So please, if you have anything to say, put it down in the comments. I promise I'll reply, and we can talk about it, debate on it. Maybe you guys can teach me a little something as well. So, all right. think that's about it. I'm wrapping it up. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.